Hi.
Hi,
Okay, you're recording. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I am great. Should we just start out by introducing ourselves?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. My name is Shayna, and I've been a local co-lead with Azmina here, although it's probably going to show on the opposite side, uh, for P.ink Day in New York City since 2015. And
Uh,
how long have you been doing this, Azmina?
oh my gosh, I've been doing this since P.ink basically started, and I'm just so glad to be doing it with you now. Um,
Okay.
I started this back in 2011, 2012 when P.ink was literally just a conversation. It didn't even exist. I was interning at this agency, Crispin, Porter, and Bogusky, same agency as you. That's how we met. As an experienced designer, when my director, Noel, approached me with the story of his sister Molly, or his sister-in-law Molly, who had undergone a mastectomy and was considering her reconstruction options and actually thinking about a creative tattoo as part of that. And yeah, he knew I was interested in making an impact as a designer, um, and just kind of pulled me in. And I started by working on the Pinterest site in our early days, and worked on the website when we were consolidating everything, like even manned our social media accounts, and then started planning our P.ink days from Boulder, and then became a local leader when I moved to New York, and now we're co-leading it together, and it's awesome.
Um, I'm really grateful that you started the whole thing with Noel and like building this system and amazing program because it meant that I got to join, and also it's such a great program. Uh,
And also we got these T-shirts.
we did get these T-shirts, the best booby T-shirts a girl could ask for. But could you read what it says,
Yeah,
Esmina?
yeah, for sure. So the Venn diagram, as you can see. So this part says mastectomy patients. This part down here says tattoo artists, and in the middle we have P.ink. So really, we're all about connecting mastectomy patients with tattoo artists, and facilitating the whole healing process.
Which is why I was so happy to join, because it's this beautiful like combination of healing and creative expression. It's just like the most amazing thing I feel like a person could choose to do. Yeah, I'm really glad to join. Thank you for inviting me to join. I'll actually say what I got started with peeing. I
Yeah.
got into peeing because of you, obviously. And I was around Crispin when it first was coming together, and I saw tons of ideas happening in whiteboarding sessions, and then saw the launch of it. And I always thought it was this really amazing program, but didn't know a ton about it. I knew about like why it came into existence, but it wasn't until I moved to New York and you mentioned joining you as a co-lead in 2015, Being Day. And I really loved this like idea of reclaiming your body after cancer, but like with this creative form of expression that maybe wasn't the most obvious. And it's like this beautiful piece of artwork that you get to keep. Um, and so like didn't hesitate and was like, yep, I'm in, let's do this. And it was like, I mean, I think like most people, breast cancer has affected my family. I know that it has with you, which obviously we should talk about. But I lost my grandma to breast cancer, and I think that's not uncommon, unfortunately. And I love that there's so many organizations and there's so much energy that goes towards raising awareness and making sure women get checked. And because of that, a lot of women survive and get catch it early enough. But I feel like there's so little energy like put towards how to reclaim what was lost if you do go through this, and like how to really own and celebrate your survival in like an artistic way. And I just love that this does that. It's like such a unique opportunity, and it's so cool matching these incredible survivors, these recipients of these artworks with these very, very talented tattoo artists.
And it's really, really cool to see that, this is a lot more people are now considering tattoos as a viable option,
Totally.
post cancer, post reconstruction, where, before it wasn't really brought to the forefront, but now a lot more women are taking part and really, really feeling a difference in their healing journey post cancer and post treatment, and it's just really amazing to see the kind of impact they make, and the kind of control that one can really have over their own journey, and helping to facilitate that sense of control. And I'm totally with you there. I mean, another reason that I'm a part of this is breast cancer has affected my family as well. It's affected my mother. Thankfully, she's okay and here today. It's affected a couple of my aunts. It's affected my grandmother, and so it's also a cause that is super, super close to me. And just as a designer, I became a designer to really help improve the quality of life and make an impact in a positive way. And this seemed like the perfect thing to get involved in, and do it in a way where you can exercise your own creativity as well when it comes to at least for me. I really enjoyed doing a lot of the planning of the events, like thinking through every single part of that day. I remember back in the office, Noel and I would actually act out these skits to figure out, how is someone going to enter this tattoo shop, and what's really going to help make that the best entrance possible, because it's not just any tattoo experience. It's a healthcare experience, and so we wanted to make sure, especially for people who are getting tattoos for the first time, that this was a really special experience, and that they really felt taken care of. So.
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of like care and consideration that you're talking about, and the way you were thinking about it, I mean, even when I joined you, it felt like that was such a big part of it. Like our late nights planning things and like trying to figure out, oh gosh, where are we going to get like food for this thing? There was even like making a service journey. How do we, what kind of handbook are we going to make to hand out to the volunteers? And like all of those little steps, I think, really make for a really special day.
Mm-hmm.
I really love planning things with you, but there are many things that are my favorite parts of P.ink. What is the favorite part for you for like the actual P.ink Day events? Like, do you have a favorite? Yeah, what's your favorite thing?
Oh my gosh, this is such a hard one, because I have so many favorite parts. Can I cheat a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Well,
we accept cheating here.
Yes, we can cheat here. Well, firstly, I love calling the recipients. I got to do a bit of that during our last P.ink Day, and just calling them to let them know that they've been selected for the city that they've applied for, and it was really awesome and just so precious hearing their reactions. It felt like it was calling someone and letting them know that they've won the lottery. So that was definitely a high moment for me. I also really, really loved meeting the tattoo recipients for the very first time during the meet and greet. It really kind of brought things to life, because the whole time we're either talking on the phone or chatting, or
so many emails.
There's so many emails, but it's when you can really start to see the tattoo artists and recipients come together and meet for the first time, and it's that feeling like, oh, this is really happening. But I have to say, one of my absolute favorite parts is the day of in the tattoo shop. I mean, so many favorite parts there too, but I absolutely love the opening circle that we do at the very beginning of the day. Literally, we go around the room. Every single person will introduce themselves, talk about why they're there, talk a little bit about their story, and it's just so intimate, and it's just really amazing, and just so precious seeing everyone open up and become vulnerable, because that's how you become close. That's how you become a community, and you can really see that safe space being created when you hear everyone talking about their story. And believe me, there are so many tears during that part of P.ink Day. I mean, so many amazing parts, from seeing the reveal of the tattoo at the end, and even just hearing that calming buzzing when all the tattoos are being applied. But I would say my absolute favorite part is that morning circle, and of course working with you.
Oh, thanks. I was waiting for that. No. I
What's your favorite
similarly
part?
would. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was asking, what was your favorite part?
I also am totally going to cheat and say multiple things, but I do want to echo calling on the phone. Like, it is the most heartwarming thing ever, because these women who've waited for a long time to actually hear back about this, and just like getting the news and then talking through like, here's what's going to happen next, and finding out how they feel and like kind of where they're at, is just like, it's the first starting point that just feels so exciting. And it's inevitably I start crying there, obviously, because
Yeah,
why keep in
definitely.
tears until the day up? Let's just start right away. uh, but like, that's definitely a huge moment. And then I would agree that like, actual day of, it's huge to have that circle. My favorite part is like getting to know both the artist and the recipient, and then like by the end, we've shared so much that circle is really a great space for it. But you've had moments where you'll talk to them during the tattooing, you got to know the artist a little bit better, and at the very end, just the tattoo artist who's put in so much energy and like really beautiful creative exploration and their time and materials, and then this really strong person who survived breast cancer
Yeah.
standing there and looking at the final work, is just like, everybody just ends up, especially when it's like most people have finished off their tattoos and there's just people kind of hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
you just crowd around, and it's just so emotional. And again, more tears, but it's like the most beautiful thing to see this rewarding piece of artwork on the recipient, and like just seeing their artist, like who's now so close to them and so bound to them, just standing together. It's like, it results in my favorite pictures ever, and it's like definitely my favorite moment of the whole day.
Oh, totally. It's amazing, and it's just so cool to see the connection that's been made between
Yeah,
the artist and the recipient. And like, as the day goes on, I mean, even the connection that's been made between the artist and the people who are there supporting the recipient, their family members, their
completely.
friends. It's really a special group moment, especially at that reveal at the end.
It's funny that you mentioned like the people, the family or whoever that they bring, their buddy. Um, I remember, I think it was like yesterday. It was very recently. I got like you have this photo from this day. Um, and it was a picture of one of our recipients with her two daughters. And it was like the best, most joyful picture ever. And I was just like, oh my God, this is why I love P.ink so much. So I definitely agree, like seeing everyone go through this together, and like just getting this close bond, and seeing it, like the payoff with these people who care for them and love them so much, is really nice.
It's so amazing. No words. And we've both been doing this for quite a few years now, and every single year, I mean, it's it's a lot of hard work to plan those P.ink days, but at the end it's totally worth it, and something I would love to continue on with.
Yes. Anyone who wants to do this, it will pay off just like in that first moment when you call someone, but it is a lot
Yeah.
of work balancing it with like obviously full-time jobs, or maybe not all obviously, but like when you do have full-time lives and then have to fit this in, it makes it so worth it to do it, because immediately there's payoff with that phone call, and then the day itself is incredible. The artists you meet and work with are incredible.
They're so talented.
They're so
They're so
talented.
talented, and it's amazing that they're actually giving their time and their services that way.
Completely.
So that's another part that is amazing. Being part of a local leader, you can really see with all the people that you're connecting with and interacting with, the
Completely.
true generosity and goodness that's coming out of people's hearts from people
Yeah.
who are people and vendors who are donating lunch and even telling us that how breast cancer is affecting them, and this is a way that they want to give back to our amazing colleague Courtney, who helps us out with every single meet
All
and
those
greet, every
visuals.
single P.ink day. She's amazing as well. Just to all the people who are willing to lend a helping hand. It's really great to see that from a local leader perspective. So completely worth it. I mean, again, it's a lot of work. And not everything is going to go as planned, and so you might have to really think on your feet. But it's just an amazing experience and completely worth it.
And I do think it makes you closer. Like, New York is a weird example because we are so separate from our neighbors. It's not a small community by any means, but I think it does make it feel less huge. Like, you do have this smaller community of artists here, and like, you meet these incredible people who have survived breast cancer, and it's just like bringing that community together is really rewarding in and of itself. And it's a great thing to be part of. I would recommend it to everybody. Well, it was delightful hearing about your peeing experience and getting to see your face as always.
Always. This was so good. It was so amazing to reconnect and reminisce, and
And hopefully we'll get to do it soon.
we'll pick it back up. But in the meantime, we'll be in touch with each other and the rest of the P.ink community, and hope everyone is staying safe and healthy.
Stay safe and healthy.
Bye.
Bye.